What up, everybody in the YTBC? Just you know, just want to go live and kind of talk about a couple different things. First off, I just want to talk about my announcement that I made not that long ago about Club RGM. Club RGM is still on, but I had to postpone it a couple days. So until further notice, Club RGM is happening on April 4th. Or no, not the 4th. Sorry, April on Thursday. Thursday is, I just had to push it back a couple days. Originally was going to be April 1st, but I just had some personal things, things come up in my personal life. And, when it comes to my personal life, I have to prioritize that over YouTube. I don't make money off of YouTube. YouTube is a hobby for me. So just a couple days, just had something come up. I mean, technically I could kick it off, but my fear is that I'll kick it off and I can't give it the attention that I feel it deserves. And then it ends prematurely. So that's why I had to push it back. Um, yeah, I'm sure, V. I am sure. Yeah, things happen. Things happen, and I just felt like, I made an announcement. Now I have to tweak things a little bit. I mean, it's just a couple days. Like I said, just something unexpected came up in my personal life. I don't wish to get into it. So I do appreciate if everybody just respects my privacy. But yeah, right, yeah, I do. I definitely want to get it started again. I just, like I said, what the heck? Hold on. Hold on a second. I gotta take care of something. I'll be right back. All right. I had it. That came out of nowhere. All right. So yeah, the whole thing with Club RGM still on. Like I said, instead of being on the first, which is I think that's Wednesday, or no, I think it's Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. Um, yeah, that's going. It's got to be pushed back to Thursday. Like I said, I just had something that is, in my personal life that I have to, tend to, and I don't want to kick it off and then it ends prematurely. Because once we go over 20 hours, I can't kick off StreamYard. I have to move to Restream, and people don't really like Restream. So I'm trying to avoid that at all costs. So, but yeah, Club RGM still on. Um, I've had a couple people reach out to me that are willing to help, and I greatly appreciate that. You know, so looks like I think Carl, unless something changes, Carl, I understand. I don't. I know it's a what's the word I want to use? It's like a thankless or rewardless job being a key holder. I mean, it does have its perks, but at the end of the day, you know, oh, what up, 1-2 Kid? What up, Electro Jed? And, officially, what up, Veronica? Right, yeah, I have the free version. I don't pay for StreamYard. That's why when I did it last year, it was um it was limited to 6 people, and that's what it's gonna be this time. Which it's cool having 10 people, but at the same time, it can be a little hectic. So, I wouldn't mind being limited to 6 people, but having unlimited time. But to my knowledge, StreamYard doesn't have that available. And StreamYard has actually gone up in price, so I can't even say, oh, you know what, I'll just fork it out this month. I can't justify paying, I think it's $50 now. I can't justify paying that just so I don't have to worry about the hours. So, we got to kind of play the system a little bit and, you know, just do it basically unlimited. So, yeah, Club RGM still on. Um, as long as nothing else comes up, Thursday is the day that I'll kick it off. Should be roughly 8 a.m. Eastern time. And then, I think I got it pretty much during the day, but at night is where I need a key holder. Like I said, Carl, if you're still up for it, I appreciate you, brother. If something comes up, and just and I don't hold nobody to nothing because things happen. It's something you're doing for free, so I'm not. If something happens and it ends early and we got to switch to restream, it is what it is. But anybody who's willing to do their part, if Carl can't do it one day and maybe somebody else can, then shout out to that person. If BO hasn't reached out to me, so and if he doesn't want to do it at all, I understand. Nobody owes me anything. All right, let me just make that very clear. This is purely volunteer. Nobody owes me anything. I don't care how nice I've been to you. I don't care if I've opened my platform up to you. I do not feel like anybody owes me anything to help with Club RGM. All right. But anything that anybody can do, whether it be being key holder, or maybe you can't be the key holder. Maybe all you could do is just leave your avatar there. And if you can't even do that, that's fine. I'm not, like I said, I do not feel that anybody owes me anything. So, you know, whatever part you can contribute to, I thank you for it. And if you can't, don't feel the need to apologize. If you apologize, I'm going to get mad at you. But I don't feel that it's necessary. Um, not competing with nobody. If I only got one viewer and everybody's over at somebody else's live, I am not going to have no hard feelings or nothing. This is for fun. If I allow anything to make it not fun, something as trivial as how many viewers I have, for a majority of it's, what am I doing this for? So let me take a look at the chat real quick. What up, Canes? All right. So I think that's it for Club RGM. I want to move on to the next topic because there are some other things I want to talk about. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about just the community in general. I'm going to make some things very clear. And before I get into this, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. There's going to be a lot of just general talking, general speak. Some of it's going to be specific, and it should be very obvious what's specific. Okay? But if I don't mention the name, I ain't talking about anybody in particular. All right? If I mention a name, then there's some particularness going on there. All right? Because sometimes people think, oh, you're taking subliminals or whatever. Let me make something very clear. With me, I'm just very straightforward. If I don't mention your name, I'm not talking about you. If I mention your name, then it's directed towards you, or I'm talking about that specific person and nobody else or whatever. So just gonna make that very clear. Um, so first off, let me just talk about the Jedi. Okay, I want everybody to understand my friendship with the Jedi. Okay, whether you like them, hate them, indifferent, whatever it is, I'm just letting everybody know. Me and the Jedi have been friends since before I even had a channel. Okay, and if I'm being honest, the Jedi is the one who inspired me to start my channel. Okay, I will never go against him. I will never, if you have a gripe with him, I'll let you use my platform, but I am not gonna join in. You're never gonna get me to go against the Jedi. That's my brother. Me and him, he's been there for me in some of the toughest times of my life, and I don't know that I could say the same for me doing for him, but I have been there for him. I don't need to go into no details. I'm not going to air out any dirty laundry on him, and he wouldn't do that to me. So people need to understand, you don't like him, cool. You don't have to like him. But that is my friend, all right? And, you know, I'm just letting that be known. There's not many people that I trust with my most personal details. I trust him. If you feel like you can't trust him, that I'm not gonna try to convince you. Just letting you know that's what it is. The Jedi will always have my moral support. He ever wants my opinion, I don't try to tell him what to do. He doesn't try to tell me what to do. We have we have just that kind of relationship. We have that kind of friendship, and you know, just letting that be known. All right. Hey, what up, Hawker Mustang? What up, Brandon? Rasclot? Yeah, and yeah, we are BFFs, Veronica. But yeah, that's what it is with me and Jedi. All right, I'm just putting that out there. And you know what? There's other people that I will never go against as well. And they understand that. And you know, Rasclot is another one. Rasclot, I've known him for almost as long as I've known the Jedi. Not quite as much, but almost as long. All right. Um, Mad Chad, he's another one that I'll never go against. I'll never go, the list goes on. And if I don't mention you, I apologize, you know. But there is just, there's certain people that I have a great amount of respect for. Um, you know, Even Jed, he was also there for me in a very tough time in my life. Um, he may not even realize it, but he was. So, I know I joke around talking about the chancla and all that. He knows it's all in love. Um, and I mean, if you have my phone number, you're already in that club. And even if you aren't, there's certain people who are, still in that club. So, but the whole UGC, everybody in the UGC, one two kid, and I don't know if he's still in the chat, but him, actual facts, Black Horseman, uh, if you're in that crew, we are brothers and sisters, all right? So, um, but yeah, DT3, he's another. The list goes on and on. There's just people that I have mad respect for. Andrew Tucker, you know, and yeah, I mean, like I said, these are and there's people who don't have channels that we're cool with, that I'm cool with. I will never turn my back on it. If we're friends, um, just know you never backstab me. I'm never gonna turn my back on you. All right, that's just how I am. Now, moving on, Zone Six is back. He's been gone for a good while. I'm not exactly sure, but I want to say he's been gone for a year. Zone Six, he's one of these dudes. I mean, I wish he wouldn't delete. At the very least, I wish he wouldn't delete his content. But hey, he's a grown man. I'm not going to tell him what to do. But he is back. Love to see Zone Six back. If you're not aware, he is back. Hey, what up, Iceman? Um, Electro Jed, Zone Six. He's just another boxing channel. He's from Atlanta. He served in the military. Um, and he is raw. If you like somebody who just is raw, you'll love Zone Six. Zone Six is I always rejoice when Zone Six comes back. And you just have to experience him. You got to experience it for yourself. I can't even go into like trying to explain Zone Six. He's uh, an anomaly. Actually, I do have a video that I edited a while, probably like a year and a half ago with Zone Six, and or probably even more, even longer than that. Actually, it, yeah, it's been longer than that because he was talking about Spence and Crawford, and the fight hadn't happened yet. It wasn't even signed yet. It was still, you watch that video, it gives you the context clues as to like about where in the timeline it was. But yeah, it was before the fight was even made. But yeah, Zone Six, I'm glad to see him back. I hope he sticks around. Zone Six, if you come across this live, just as a I don't want to call it a request. I just want to put this out there. It would mean the world to me if you just don't delete your lives and your videos that you're doing right now. Now, if you do, I respect it. But I mean, you put out I love Zone Six's content. I love his content. I love Rascal. Like, anytime these guys delete videos, or delete any kind of content, it hurts my soul. But I understand. I'm not trying to tell. That's one thing. I ain't trying to tell no grown man or woman, for that fact, what to do. All right, not trying to do that. But I'm gonna just let you know if I love your content and I don't want to see it go. I'm gonna let you know. And if you oblige, then I'll be grateful. What up, Jedi? Glad to see you here, man. I'll put a link to his channel in the description, or in the not in the comments. I'll put it in the comments of this live. All right, anybody, Jedi's asking for it. Um, I don't want to leave the browser to do it right now because then y'all can't hear me, and I just want to say what I gotta say, you know. And Rascal, I get it, man. To me, it's not bullshit though. I love the way the way you guys articulate yourself. It was sad. I was so sad to see Jedi's channel go away. Um, because he's also raw like that. Um, but that was out of his control. You know, and but yeah, it's. I will put the link in Zone Six. And Jedi, I was talking about you just a little while ago, and trust me, I said nothing negative. You're more than welcome to catch. If you didn't catch it, you're more than welcome to go and listen. I was just letting people know, you know, like nobody can turn us against each other. And let me just say this: if you ever think that I'm talking shit about you and that we were cool and you never did nothing wrong to me, like please just hit me up. Like hit me up in the comments first. Just be like, hey, I'm feeling a certain type of way, and we can work something out. I mean, I'm on Discord. I got an email. Like, however we need to communicate. Because sometimes I feel like people misread things, and it's like I said, I'm very straightforward. The other thing is like there are people who make fake accounts and will, try to make it look like you're talking shit about some like that should at this point, people who've been in the community long enough should know don't ever take anything at face value because somebody could show you a screenshot of something and it looks like somebody's talking shit about you. It don't take nothing for somebody to just make a fake account. They're talking shit and then they're screenshotting it or they're having their homie screenshot or whatever, So that should be just a given. But yeah, like I'm a grown ass man. Like nobody's gonna tell me who I can and can't be cool with. All right, and in turn, I don't tell nobody who they could be cool with. Never. It doesn't matter if it's my worst enemy. I'm just not like that. So I just expect the same in return. But but yeah, if you ever feel like I got an issue with you, you know, you don't have my number, that's perfectly fine. If you hit me up in the comments, be like, hey, I, I think something's going on here. Do we got a problem? Whatever it is, and we'll set it up where we can talk privately. If I got to kick off a StreamYard and send you the link, and it don't got to be broadcasted. We used to do that. Jedi, you remember that? Do a live, but not broadcast it. Jedi used to do that. I've done it not many times, but I've done it before in the past. So if it got to be like that, we could do it like that. It don't got to, and it'll be completely private. Like it won't be broadcasted. It's very easy to tell. If you don't know how to tell, you just take a look at the top right. If it says share, that means you're not live. Or if it don't say end stream in the top right in a red button, nobody sees whatever is going on in that live. So, you know. Yeah. But yeah, so you remember yeah. Hold on, I'm just taking a look here at the Zargian Man of Capper's chair. All right. So let me talk about one individual in this community. Now, this guy has to be one of the biggest dumbasses I've ever seen. All right. One of the biggest retards. Like I said, if I didn't mention the name, then I'm not talking about anybody specifically. Like when I mentioned the Jedi, I let y'all know, hey, we go way back. So don't ever expect me to go against them. Not that really anybody has, but you know, a lot of people coming at him and stuff. And if we're cool and you got an issue with him, just understand that's between you and him. Do not do not force me to pick a side because if you do, I ain't picking your side. That's just the way it is. But anyways, back to this individual. Hey, culo manteca. You have to be the most retarded dude I've ever seen in this community, all right? First off, I ain't never done shit to you, all right? But let me explain something to you, Culo Manteca. All right, I'm not gonna call you the name that you have as your screen name. You are Culo Manteca, and for the uninitiated, the people who don't know Spanish, that simply means ass lard. All right, Culo Manteca, you fucking ass lard. All right. First off, I already know what your issue is with me. I'm everything you wish you could be. All right. You claim that you was Mexican at one point. You claim that you was Puerto Rican at one point, and your ass is Colombian. Okay. I am actually both Puerto Rican and Mexican. All right, Culo Manteca. Also, I don't have to go to somebody else's channel and beg the owner of the channel to put people backstage and they have to beg them to let me on the panel so I can talk my shit. I can go on my own channel and talk my shit like I'm doing right now. I don't have to do the shit that you have to do because I got it like that. All right? It's not my fault that you wish you was either Puerto Rican or Mexican or both. It's not my fault that when you rap, you sound like a retarded ass Dr. Seuss. That shit that I heard when you was trying to talk shit to Jelly, that was garbage. Garbage. I don't even rap and I could do better than that. That would be easy work. Like, seriously, you sounded like a fucking retarded ass Dr. Seuss. And then you got the nerve to call me a faggot? Really? Really, I'm the fag. All right, first off, I have a girlfriend, okay? And my girlfriend, dudes be hollering at her. She don't give them the time of day. Because she's faithful to me, I'm faithful to her. She goes to almost every time she goes to the gas station, somebody's trying to get her number. All right? I'm fine. You're the one who's trying to pay women $500 just so they could cam up. I don't got to do that shit. Like I said, I'm everything you wish you could be. And now you want to try to fuck with me? Really, bitch? If you ever find yourself on a panel with me, I will eviscerate you. I will destroy you like you ain't never been destroyed before. I will make you my bitch. Ain't nobody trying to seduce nothing over here. You're a fucking retard. You better hope you don't ever find yourself on a live with me. You better hope that that never happens because it's not going to end well for you. This is your one and only warning, bitch. All right, culo manteca, fucking retard. I'm everything you wish you could be. So you can kiss my ass and suck a dick. Not my dick. I don't care whose dick you suck. But kiss my ass and suck a dick. You committed the cardinal sin of mistaking my kindness for weakness. I ain't never been weak. You can't fuck with me from my birthday to my worst day. All right, bitch? So the next time you think you're going to call me a faggot, watch out. Because I will burn you. Hey, what up, Slugger? What up, Tony? Talking about culo manteca. You know what it is. You know what it is, Jedi. Hey, what up, House of Queens? Hope you're doing well. I appreciate your comment. Supporting the Jedi on that live. I did see it. I haven't seen you in a while. I remember seeing you on the Jedi's channel before, but yeah, like, come on now. A bitch who has to go to somebody else's channel to talk shit is gonna try me? Really? Really, bitch? I'm telling you, Culo Manteca, you don't want to fuck with me. You can't fuck with me. So this is your one and only warning, bitch. All right, retarded ass Dr. Seuss. Oh, Jelly, I piss on your telly and then I'll put some cum on your belly. What kind of bullshit is that? Come on now. Are you fucking retarded? You have to be retarded to be trying to fuck with me. And no, it has nothing to do with no, people, oh, you think you're big and bad because you've been in the YT. It has nothing to do with the YTBC. I'm just better than you. That's just fact. I am better than you, and I'm everything you wish your bitch ass could be. So that's your only warning, bitch. Keep my motherfucking name out your mouth. And pray that you don't find yourself on a panel with me. Hey, what up, Just Blaze? Hey, what up, John McSmith? Yeah, but hey, yeah. So Club RGM still happening. Like I said, I just got to push it back to Thursday. I think the first is Tuesday. Like I said, I got personal shit just going on. All right. So don't really have no beef with anybody, but I don't just let people shit on my name without some kind of response. So yeah, Culo Manteca, this is your only warning. Other than that, I will put a link to Zone Six's channel in in the comment section once I end this live. He's been going live almost every day. So and I know Jedi he needs the link because some bullshit with his channel getting deleted. So I'm gonna put the link there for him and anybody else who wants it. But yeah, like I said, if you like boxing talk and you like somebody who's raw, and Zone Six, he he's been around longer than me. July will be 10 years that I've been on YouTube and the YTVC, and he's been around longer than that. He was the originator of the original LDBC. He's one of the founding fathers of the original LDBC before it became what it is today. It was a debate platform back then, and he was part of that. Him, Wayne Talk, Boxingologist, 78. I don't like the dude, but I gotta call a spade a spade. Those are the originators of that when it was a debate platform. All right. So that's just to let you know who Zone Six is. So, but he's his own dude. He welcomes all smoke, and yeah, nice to see him back. But let me take one last look. Hey, what up, that guy? Yeah, personal caca. Key holder. Yeah, shout out to John McSmith. He's the key holder over there at the tavern. You know, right now it feels like he's the permanent key holder. Yeah, and like I said, I said this earlier, but not everybody was here. When I do the Club RGM thing, like I said, right now it's gonna 8 a.m. Eastern time is why I plan on kicking it off on Thursday. No hurt feelings if you're going to somebody else's live or whatever. If you can't help, that's perfectly fine. That's the reason why I'm pushing it back because, like I said, I got some stuff I gotta tend to, and if I can't be here to manage it, I just don't want it to end prematurely, and then I gotta switch to restream because does, almost everybody can't stand restream, you know, and and then restream, I can't do the avatar and all that. So, I'm just trying to make the StreamYard stretch as much as possible with this. If we can make it to almost a month, that'd be great. If it ends early, we'll see what we could do to um, to facilitate it. But yeah, that's the first thing. I was Carl. Hey, what up, Carl? You're still throwing hey, Carl's still throwing a tantrum. Nick Smith being the permanent key holder. Shout out to Brandon. Brandon's funny. He's funny when he says that. The permanent key holder. When he does that, also like when he gets kind of what's the word, like he'll get kind of aggressive. Like he'll be like, "Oh, I like to see somebody try." Like when he gets like that, oh man, I can't help but to laugh. But shout out to Brandon. If you're interested in Looney Tunes, or I guess now is mainly a Bible channel. I don't know how much cartoons he's really showing these days, but go give Brandon a try. See if he's your cup of tea. He's always excited to get new subscribers. He doesn't allow any swear words, no swear words. So if you jump on his panel, just be, just be aware of that. Just try to respect his rules. Also, don't be afraid to tell him, hey, when you see me on another channel, I'm going to talk the way that I talk. I won't use swear words on your channel, but when I'm on another channel, you got to respect his rules, but he also has to respect you as an individual. You're on somebody else's channel and you use swear words, Brandon, you can't hold them to your standards on somebody else's channel. Just letting you know. Just like I let you know you can't do it to me, I'm letting you know you can't do it to others. You say I'm your BFF, and as your BFF, I'm just telling you how it is. Just letting you know you want people to respect you. You want people to subscribe to you. They're not gonna respect you for trying to police them on other people's channels. Yeah, let me take one last look at the comments. I'm about to end this. And Carl, if you're still able to help with Club RGM, greatly appreciated. Don't feel don't feel obligated to do it every day. Like if you're like, hey, I could just do it, here and there, whatever you could do. I'm sure at the very least I could get somebody to keep their avatar up. Or even if you want to do that, I don't know what you're really able to do, but I know you reached out to me and said that you could help. So whatever, it's it's a volunteer, so I ain't yeah, it's all good, Carl. I ain't getting mad at if something happens and Club RGM's only up for 3 days and then it ends. I ain't gonna be mad at nobody. It is what it is. But we're gonna try to keep it going as long as we can. We're gonna let everybody on. Like I said, I have my own set of rules. You abide by the rules, and you can stay on the panel. It will be only 6 people who could be on at a time, and that includes whoever the key holder. If it's me, that means five. Really, realistically, you know. But yeah, we're gonna have a good. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a good time. If you want to know the rules, I put it on the original Club RGM live So I don't really want to go over all that again. Um, Rascal. That special strength, huh? All right. Well, I think I said everything that I gotta say. You know, took out the trash. You know, let y'all know, hey, when I'm cool with people, don't ever expect me to. Now, if I let somebody talk shit on my platform, think of it as like non-free smoke. and and here's another thing. Generally speaking, if somebody is talking shit about you, and I gave them the platform, it's not me talking shit, it's them. And I will allow you to get the link. Now, if I promise them that they will get to talk uninterrupted, that's still gonna stand. But once they're done, you want the link, I'll shoot it to you. But the reason why I say it's non-free smoke is because I'm not gonna put it in the public chat so that anybody could hit the link. It's gonna be somebody's talking shit about you. Don't be afraid to ask for the link. But you got to make it be known that you want the link. I'm not putting it in the private chat because then some people they'll feel entitled, and it's just the way it is. They feel entitled just because they hit the link that you got to let them on. And when it's something where somebody is airing out their, speaking how they feel, and it's on somebody else, I'm not gonna have everybody jumping on giving their 2 cents because it doesn't really involve them. But if it involves you, I'm not gonna gatekeep anybody. Just understand, like, you might have to wait, but I will let you get on. You know, and yeah, it's just that's the way that it is. Like, it's I try to be as fair and as unbiased as I possibly can. All right. With that being said, yeah, everybody, y'all have a good night. I got something here I gotta do anyway, so I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And y'all take it easy. Peace.